Welcome everyone to something just a little bit peculiar. I understand that it's National Teletext Day today. If you have no idea at all what Teletext is, it's the text service that you used to be able to get on terrestrial TV. And it was very exciting because you could keep up with sports results in real time and you could see celebrity news and you could read recipes, and it's starting to sound increasingly like Twitter, this. But there was no social interaction, you didn't have to do any of that rubbish. Teletext is where Mr. Biffo became famous. If anybody follows Mr. Biffo, you should probably be following Mr. Biffo. But anyway, Knightmare, meanwhile, had its own little teletext thing, a little game that you could play using the Fastext buttons, a bit like Choose Your Own Adventure. Everybody's now going, what the hell is Knightmare? You're going to probably have to look all of the things up if you don't know what they are, just for some context. But we're going to play the Choose Your Own Knightmare adventure, the Eagle Quest. There were several different ones of these, I think. A new adventure will appear on Wednesday afternoon on the 29th of December, so if you can wait that long, we might play another one. Anyway, let's click here to start. To the Ice Palace of Asandra, a Knightmare quest for Christmas. Christmas? Oh, nobody told me that there would be Christmas involved. Anyway, I want to play bridge. Can we play bridge instead? No. We have to play the adventure game using the Fastext colour buttons on certain televisions. Fastext, I believe, was a trademark. We didn't have it, so I had to go around a friend's house to play it. Once you begin your adventure, you will undertake a fantastic journey. Mistakes may force you to retrace your steps. You're not allowed to do that in Knightmare. You're not allowed to go backwards. That's all lies. Only perseverance, wit and courage will take you to the end of the Knightmare trail. Begin my adventure. There's Treguard, Teletext Treguard. You stand before Knightmare Castle. With you is Treguard, master of the quest. Welcome, adventurer. Your quest will take you to the Great Northern Icefield, a frozen realm inhabited by ferocious polar bears. You travel to rescue a captive maiden. I will aid you when I can. You will hear my voice at time of need. Hold to the adventurer's code. Answer truthfully. Choose wisely. Use force only in direst need. And remember, cheats never prosper. In other words, don't use the teletext back button. It's cheating. Goodness sake. Treguard indicates the Northern Trail. Pulling your cloak tightly around you, you stride into the freezing wind. Ahead you see a tall figure. It is Horus, the Confuser, magician extraordinary. He looks quite cold, doesn't he, poor Horus? Imprecations! Is this the best Treguard could find? One doubts if you are wise enough for such a quest. Oh, sorry, Horus, I thought you were talking about your coat, then. One will test you. Tell me, puny adventurer, those who dwell in this land are known to outsiders as Eskimos. How are they more properly called? Bunwit, Titbit, Chuzzlewit, Inuit. Even as a child, that one probably wouldn't have tested me. Ah, says Horus, an enlightened adventurer remarkable. Listen then. One's foolish daughter Sidris has been captured by Asandra the Ice Sorceress. Her palace lies far to the north. She awaits my rescue mission and has set magic traps for me. She will not expect you. There is a slight chance you might get through. One gifts you with a spell. Heat. You may use it only once. Good fortune. You set out across the ice sheet along the path that Horus indicates. Soon he is lost behind and you can see nothing but ice and snow in every direction. The chill enters your bones and you shiver in every limb. Then ahead, you spot a small white dome. Is that what that is? An igloo? Do we go in or do we keep moving? I'm going to go in because otherwise there's probably not much point in doing this. Inside the igloo, it is slightly warmer. You find a collection of objects left behind by the owner. A sack. Opening it, you find it to be full of greasy, smelly lumps of something unpleasant. It's KFC. A pair of snowshoes. A white fur coat. Which do we take? Ooh, I would have thought that snowshoes would probably be the most useful. But am I properly dressed? Because it's not told me that. I'll take the snowshoes. Strapping the huge snowshoes onto your feet, step out into the snow again. Heading ever northwards, you come to a divide in the path. You may travel down a valley or along a high rocky ledge. Well, if we travel along the ledge, I might fall off it. But if we follow the low road, somebody else falling off it might hit me. Oh, we'll go the low road. The valley path is filled with snowdrifts. But I've got the shoes. As you push forward, you find the snow spilling over your snowshoes. Bloody useless snowshoes. Once or twice you feel the ice below shifting as you step into solid-looking surfaces, but moving carefully with your snowshoes, you manage to make your way to the easier path beyond the valley. I think that taking the snowshoes and the low road was the correct combination. You are temporarily refreshed, but the icy wind blows you harder from the north. Your fingers and toes go numb and your vision blurs. The icy cold extends its reach into your very lungs. It seems that you can go no further. What do you do? We can turn back, which is totally not in the spirit of Knightmare. We can press on, or we can use heat. Oh, but what if I need heat later on? Ooh. Oh, heat. Heat. The spell conjures a glowing ball of red light. You step through it, and an invigorating rush of warmth floods your limbs and seems to cause the blizzard to falter for a moment. Ahead of you is suddenly revealed the ice palace of the sorceress. Its walls, carved from ice, tower hundreds of feet into the air. Within lie the captive and the enemy. You make for the entrance. Inside the palace, there is a man with a W for a nose. A great hall of ice stretches out before you. At the far end, Elisandra stands on a high platform beneath a glittering ice chandelier. Beside her, frozen in a block of ice, is Sidris, who is an idiot. "So," cries Alessandra, "that old fool thinks he can outwit me by sending a young fool in his place. Absurd." And she raises her hands above her head to cast a spell at you. What do? Oh no. Well, I can't cast heat because I've already done it. Running away would be pathetic. I'm going to attack her. Before you can manage a single step, a bolt of mystic energy flies from Alessandra's fingertips and strikes you full upon the chest. You feel a strange tingling spread through your body. She's obviously thrown the most powerful chilies in the world at me. You look down at yourself. You seem to be wearing an ill-fitting dinner jacket and baggy trousers. Then you notice that your nose seems to have got longer and your arms shorter and the floor closer. Yes, you have been turned into a penguin. "Oh dear," says Traegard. "I hope you like fish dinners." Try again. What, at becoming a penguin? That's not good. You have been found wanting. This time your quest may not succeed. But take courage. You have journeyed far and attempted that of which many only dream. Next time you set foot beyond the walls of Castle Knightmare, who knows whence your path may lead? Well, as long as it doesn't lead to that. That's bad. Restart? Go on then. Right, I'm not going to read you all of this, because we already know. Right, we can't do Mensa. So, we know that cheats never prosper. We know that an Inuit is named for an Eskimo. That's still as scary as it was before. Right, this time I'm going to keep moving. I'm not going in this stupid igloo. Here is an old man. Sheltering in a frozen ice cave, you come across a ragged hermit. "I have food, but share it only with the wise. You may eat of my bread, but only if you can answer me this. The North people believe in a hammer god. Which day is his? All Fool's Day, Winter Solstice, Halloween, or Thursday?" It's Thursday because it's Thor. "You are temporarily refreshed." I'm good at being temporarily refreshed. "But the icy wind blows harder from the north." Hang on a minute. We've been here before. This is page 13A. This time we're going to press on. Summoning your last reserves, you push forward and suddenly the blizzard falters, so you don't need to use the heat spell, spoiler. Ahead of you is, miraculously revealed, the ice palace of the sorceress. Good. Excellent. A desperate final effort propels you to the entrance. So this time, Alessandra, W for a nose, you're going to get it in the face! Invoking the spell conjures a bright ball of red light to form in your right hand. It pulses with warmth as you look up and try to identify a target upon which to use it. It's like Skyrim. Do you aim for the sorceress, the frozen captive, or the ice chandelier? If I go for the ice chandelier, will it just melt it or will it fall? Will it fall on her head and break the other woman out of the ice? 3 in 1. Or, if I get Sidris, who's useless, out of the ice, she might help me to fight the sorceress. Or I could just kill the sorcerer, in which case I'd be in trouble. I'm going to go for the chandelier. Your heat spell flies off above the sorceress's head, but it misses the chandelier. Well, that's no good. It strikes the ceiling, and for a moment there is silence. Then the great sheets of ice above your head shiver and crack. You hurry for the door, but before you can reach safety... Well, says Traegard, that certainly brought the house down. I just killed myself. Right, well. Okay then, fine. This time, I know that I don't need to use the spell. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to say it's Thursday. I'm going to press on. I'm going to spellcast, but this time I'm going to chuck it at Sidris. The sorceress blinks with surprise as the ball of heat flashes past her. She turns with alarm as the block, the ice containing Sidris shatters. I try that again. The ice containing Sidris shatters, exploding under pressure from within. The heat ball turns upon Essandra, and she abandons her attack on you to raise a hasty defence. For a few moments you watch anxiously as the fight rages at the far end of the hall, but then the floor there melts, and with a hideous curse, Essandra sinks from view. Sidris conjures the ice to reform and runs towards you. At last one of my spells has worked. Now we must hurry from here. I doubt my magic will hold her for long. Spellcasting. H-O-M-E. I don't like Sidris. In the merest instant you return to Castle Knightmare. Horus is reunited with his daughter. Foolish one to risk the perils of the Ice Palace, he chides her.
Well done, brave traveller, says Traegard. You have proven worthy and have achieved your quest. You may now count yourself among the knights of Knightmare Castle.
Yes! Meanwhile, if anybody knows Mike, please get in touch with castleteletext@gmail.com. Excellent. Well, that's good. Wasn't a very Castle Nightmare one because it was outside, but I always remember with the Knightmare ones, it would ask you which quest item you wanted. So red would be sword, yellow would be cup, green would be KFC, and then at the end you had to remember which quest you were on because otherwise it wouldn't let you pass, and you died horribly. Anyway, that was a nice little diversion. I have made it through to page 15C. Go me! If you think that you can do better, you probably can because now you know the way through to the end. But if there are any others of these, please do let me know and I'll have a go. And if you would like me to do Knightmare books again, because I have done those, there'll be a link up in the corner of the screen for them, then please also do let me know because we haven't done anything like that in a while and they are quite good fun. Thanks for having us, Traegard.
Gameplay Jenny. Yeah! Gameplay Jenny.